Gradient functions for curves. Have you ever wondered how we can talk about the gradient of a curve? Clearly we need to define what we are talking about, as the very nature of a curve is that its gradient is constantly changing, as we can see with this curve here. So first we need to define what we mean by the gradient of a curve. We define the gradient of a curve at a point as being the gradient of the tangent to the curve at that point. A tangent is a line that just touches a curve. So at this point this line just touches the curve. If we can work out the gradient of this line, then what we've defined is that's the gradient of the curve at that point. The question is, how can we calculate the gradient since we only have a single point? It usually requires 2 points to calculate a gradient. If the points are A and B, where A has coordinates x1, y1 and B x2, y2, then the gradient is calculated as y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. That's the rise over the run. There are several steps we can use to calculate the gradient at a point on a curve. The first is drawing a tangent by I. Then the other steps we're going to look at by examples and by you doing some questions. So there won't be any more notes on this part, but you'll discover it as you work through the questions.